that much light.
It sneak up on you.
It does sneak up on you.
I think because we're in Florida, we run the AC more than most people in other parts of the country because it's hotter here than everywhere else. So I think that's the biggest thing for us.
It's terrible.
The AC.
And then people are just so high strung now. Anxiety is real. Depression is real.
It's real.
It's so much going on. So
life be life.
Look, we were just laughing at it. Get yourself a therapist on speed dial. Pick up the phone.
Seriously,
Ask
though.
for help. Look, it's okay. It's okay. We got to normalize saying, I'm not okay.
It'd be like that sometimes. Ain't no wrong with that. You're not crazy.
There's
You're not
nothing,
crazy.
And then I think when you are able to say that, you're able to process better what's going on rather than just going through the day like, oh, I'm just going to act like a bravo hero. No, I'm not okay.
And then you'll mess around and pass out.
Just drop.
It's okay.
Just
but,
drop.
But we're not going to stay there too long. But how was your night, Kat? How was your?
It was a great night. So I have some projects coming up. So I made sure I secluded myself last night. Sometimes you just got to step aside so I could really concentrate on what I was doing. So I got a lot done. It was good.
Productive night. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, you know what I was doing last night? I was watching them MTV Awards. We're going to talk about that later. But
I think
it was a show.
It was a really good show.
Yeah, it was one of the better ones, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So I got a fact for you.
Give it to me.
Let me give it to you. So fir trees can actually grow in human lungs.
Wait, what?
Yes, it can. So a 20-year-old patient named Atram Sidikrim reportedly inhaled the seed of a fir tree, which had sprouted and grown into his lungs. Doctors thought they were dealing with a tumor, and they were stunned to see that they made an actual discovery.
A tree grew inside it. That's a new fear unlocked. Because when I was a little kid, they always used to say, if you eat a watermelon seed, you'll grow a watermelon in your stomach.
Orange. My parents used to
scare me. It's an orange seed?
Yeah.
So now it really is a plant that if you eat it, it can grow. What kind of tree was that? Run it back.
It was a fir tree.
A fir tree?
Fir tree.
Stay away from fir trees, y'all. You just rather grow one in you.
Yeah, especially kids. You know, kids eat everything.
Now that is an interesting, good job.
And it's true. It's true. If you go online, they talk about the entire procedure.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. When you hear facts, you're like, that's not true.
And it
is true.
Wow. Okay. Good one. There you go.
Where the things have happened. But guys, it's all right. We got to get into the breakdown. So justice is on the way to finally being served. You remember not long ago, the 5 officers that beat Tyree Nichols, well, now they're being indicted on those charges. So that would be Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin, Desmond Mills, and Justin Smith are facing charges, including several rights that they actually violated from Mr. Nichols. Now, what's really sad about it, even though he lost his life, they brutally beat him. And remember, there was a lot of talk about why there were so many connections.
Right.
One knew personally the wife. They thought he was cheating. Regardless of what it was brutal. And police are here to protect and serve, not to murder.
You know, this is a bit of a, to me, a double-edged sword. Because on one hand, it's like I'm happy to see justice be served. I'm happy to see, law enforcement officials be held accountable.
Right.
But at the same time, it was like, damn, at the hands of black cops in Memphis. And if you guys aren't familiar with Memphis' history, I'm from Memphis. It's a deep-rooted tension and animosity between the police department and the citizens of Memphis. So to see this happen and to be some black cops it was a slap in the face. The family did file a $550 lawsuit against the city of Memphis and MPD. So hopefully, it won't compensate them for the loss of their loved one, but at least it's something to help them cope with the grief and the stress and you know what I mean?
I think what troubles me is you get pulled over, you see cops that look like you, black cops. And sometimes they're the most aggressive. And most aggressive because why? Do you feel you have to do that to prove yourself? So you never know what's going to happen in those instances. It's unfortunate because you see officers now and you just want to run. And you know you can't.
Yeah. And it's funny to say that because as a black man, when I get pulled over and I see a black cop, I kind of, okay, I know this is going to go. But now I'm like, I don't know. It could go left with this. So it's a shame that we have to live in fear of the people that are supposed to
It is.
Protect us.
It is.
Yeah.
But, you know, here we go. This story once again. So here's a video that shows SPD cop laughing and joking after pedestrian was just killed by an officer earlier. Take a look at this video. It is graphic, so be sensitive.
Yeah, just write a check. Just, yeah, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value. Yeah, just write a check.
Just write a check. She has limited value. He's speaking of the young woman that was struck and killed. And I am so glad they got this on tape because this ought to tell you how much they value lives. This is real video of police officers saying this.
And you know what? The fact that he felt so comfortable to say something like this while his body cam is on lets me know two things. One, that he feels entitled. He feels like there's
It's okay.
He feels untouchable because
Yeah.
I would be paranoid to say something like that if I had a body cam on. And two, I don't really think I think these cops have now dehumanized citizens to talk about her like she's an animal. She was a 23-year-old college student.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for somebody to be so young to be hit and killed by an officer, you know, it's just a sad, unfortunate situation. It's disgusting.
It is, and her name is Jahani Kandula. So, like you said, 23 years old, and she was actually an exchange student, which kind of even makes it hurt more because her family is not here.
Right.
She's coming to this state to learn. She's coming to this state to better herself, and to find out this is how she got killed with an officer laughing at it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
And the worst part is, although it's disgusting and it, you know, makes you want to get outraged, I don't think that is technically anything they can do to that cop because I'm not sure if he broke a law other than just being morally wrong.
Ethically and morally
It's
wrong.
morally and ethnically wrong, but I don't
Yeah.
know if they can legally do anything to him for that. So we'll see.
How about take him off the street for a while?
Yeah.
How about put him through some type of human insensitivity training,
That would need
which
to be-
all officers should have.
Yep.
That should be mandatory.
Yeah.
Something has to be done because if you feel this way, like you said, entitled,
Right.
If you feel that strongly about it, is it something you may act on one day?
Yeah.
That means you have no value in the life of the people you're supposed to be protecting.
Yep.
So, yeah, something should be done. It shouldn't just be a slap on the
Right.
wrist.
I agree.
Absolutely not. And here's another one we hear all the time, even though we know the Crown Act is in effect. So this happened at Barber Hills High School by a student named Darryl when he was suspended for allegedly putting his locks up. Now, this is neat. It's not bothering anyone. It's not over his eyes. It's not down his back. It's not breaking any of those school rules. So they expel the 17-year-old, and his mom says that's ridiculous. You know, the Crown Act prohibits schools to discriminate against dress code, but here they are, once again, doing the same thing.
You know, we've seen this happen time and time again, not only in academic settings, but professional settings as well. But our white counterparts, they don't get penalized for wearing long hair.
No.
Only black people.
It just blows in the wind.
And I think this is white supremacy is right in our face because I think we've been under the thumb of like European influence for so long, wanting to be like them and dress like them and look like them. Now that we're finally embracing black, I think it's threatening to them. I think it's kind of making them like, whoa, you know.
My thing is this. It's up. It's up.
It's up.
It's neat. It's wrapped up.
Yeah.
It's not bothering anyone. It's not a distraction in the classroom.
Yeah.
Why is it a problem?
Yeah.
There's even cases now where young girls are going to school. They may have a lace front on. There's another one where a young lady colored her hair not too long ago, and the school said, no, you can't do that. How? When your white counterparts always go blonde.
And you know, it's crazy.
Everyone does it.
And I have a friend who went to college with me. She's an attorney in Memphis now. She has locks, but when she goes to court, she has to, like you said, wear a lace front wig. And I said, well, why do you have to do
Really?
that?
In court?
She has to wear a lace front wig just because she
Wow.
feels like she won't be taken seriously as an attorney
that's
if she goes in with her locks.
That's terrible.
That's the type of thing black people are really dealing with in professional settings. And this is how our hair naturally grows. You can't tell us to
That's
change what's
insane.
genetically coming out of our scalp.
Oh, that's bad.
That's unfortunate.
That's bad.
And on that note, we got to get into what's trending, you guys. So 50 Cent is back in the headlines again after posting racy photos in honor of his 16th anniversary of his third album, Curtis. Now, the Alleged photos supposedly have R&B singer Ciara in them, which at that time, back in 2007, the two were a couple. And social media is outraged. They feel like this is inappropriate for 50 to post these photos, considering Ciara is now married. Now, a rep for 50 Cent's Amanda Ruisi, who has been his longtime PR, has said that these are not Ciara. But unless Ciara has a twin, that looks like Ciara to me. But the real question is, was 50 wrong? If that is Ciara, we don't know if it's her. If that is her, was he really wrong for posting these photos? What you think, Ken? I don't know. I feel like this.
You know what? Yes.
You think he was wrong?
Yes. If it is Ciara, even though it's music, even though it's something that already came out, I think out of respect for her current situation, out of respect for her husband, you don't have to post that. There's a million other photos that could be posted to represent, a congratulatory message, because really that's what it was.
Yeah.
He was saying congratulations, he made the success
Yeah.
of this album, which is fine, but maybe it's a little too much.
I think I'm kind of on the other side of it. I mean, it's no secret that back around that era, the early 2000s, Ciara was one of the hottest sex symbols in the game. I'm sure Russ knows that these type of photos, I mean, he knows who his wife is. I mean, and from what I've seen,
one of them didn't have to be in there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't take away the history, but maybe the choice of some of the photos, that one in particular, maybe that wasn't.
You could have left the one with the hand.
Yeah, the one with the hand, maybe that one wasn't.
But we're talking about 50 Cent, so you know.
We're talking about 50 Cent, who love controversy. He must have a new album coming out. Let us know about it, 50. But don't worry, we got more coming up after this with What's Trending.
Welcome back to What's Trending. So the 40th annual MTV VMA Awards took place last night, and there were several moments that had the internet on fire. One of the biggest moments being performances by two loves of my lives, Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, performing their latest single, Bongos, which, as you guys know, was released last Friday. The video racked up 3 million views in less than 24 hours, so they premiered the performance last night. I'm going to just jump right out the gate and say I gave it about a solid 8 out of 10. And the only reason I say it wasn't a 10 out of 10 is because I think the standard they set with WAP at the Grammys was so high. I think that they just fell a little short of that. But I will say it was, first of all, they both looked amazing.
Right.
The ladies looked beautiful. The staging was dope. It was great to see Meg back out on the stage.
They get a
again.
whole 10. They get
You
a
got
whole
a 10? You gave it a 10?
First of all, I wasn't a fan of the WAP song.
You didn't like the WAP? Oh.